Hi, I'm Alana from Alana Jade Studio, and today I'm wanting to share with you the new Squarespace Online Courses digital add-on that Squarespace have just recently released. So I know many of you here in this community are already creating online courses or you're thinking about doing this, and this new add-on from Squarespace could be perfect for you. So just one thing to note before we jump in is that this is for people who are on Squarespace 7.1 or businesses on Squarespace 7.1. If you're on a Squarespace 7 site, you'll need to upgrade first before you can use this functionality. If you're not sure what platform you're on and you're a client of mine, please just reach out. So Squarespace Online Courses is intended to compete with other platforms such as Thinkific, Teachable, Podia, and I think you'll see in this video that it's already doing that really well. Squarespace are going to bring out more functionality as it evolves. So there's a few things missing, which we'll talk about shortly, but I think it's a really exciting time to start looking at bringing courses into your Squarespace website. So what we'll do in this video is I'm going to walk you through exactly how to easily create an online course. It's really, really easy. To set up pricing plans, we'll talk about bundles, discounts, codes, creating a sales page for your course. And then once we've done all that, I'll also walk you through what students see from their side of things. Then I'm going to round out with some of what I think are the pros of this platform and a few cons to consider as well, and a few little things to just be aware of before you jump in and start using it. Okay, so let's go. So first of all, we're going to create a new course. So I'm just using my website here. So this is a live site, but from the back end of my site, I'm going to pages, I'm going to go under not linked and click the plus sign. And what you might have noticed here is this new course module here. So I'm going to click on that. Now, sometimes this can hang. I'm hoping this is a bug that Squarespace is fixing, but if you redo it again, it will open for you. So now we can choose between two different course page layouts. This is the course overview page. It's what your students will see. It doesn't really matter which one you choose here because you can easily change this, the layout later, which I'll show you in a moment. So I'm just going to select this one. And then what you'll see down here, down the bottom under not linked, is it's now created a courses module for me. So I'm going to call this give this a name. So I'm going to create a course on growing my own vegetables and just hit enter. And then that's going to save that. Then this brings you over to the courses page where we can start adding course content. So we'll talk about this course overview page in a moment, but let's jump in and add some course content so you can see how easy that is. It's going to have demo course content in here, so you can adjust these if you want. But what I'm going to do is just go through and delete all of these. Okay, so I've deleted those. I'm going to go ahead now and add a chapter, or this would be, say, a module, for example. So I'm going to call this module 1. Seems I can't type today. Module 1, and let's say give that module a name and save. And then I can go ahead and add in lessons. So I'll put this lesson in here. I'm going to call this lesson soil. This is where you can add a brief description about the lesson. So I'll just pop some dummy data in there for now. The thumbnail, I'll add one because then I can show you where that is shown later on. So I'll just pop this one in there. Then we'll go over to video. Now, it seems as though you have to have videos in every course, but you don't. You can toggle this in every lesson, but you can toggle this on or off. So I'm going to leave this on just so that you can see what a video looks like in the page, but then you can also add other content such as, PDFs or audios, anything that you would need, just text core lesson, you can do that as well. So you can link this to video or Vimeo if you have your videos stored there, or you can upload them into Squarespace as well. Choose this video here. And then if I come across to status, I'm going to make this published. Now, you'll notice there's also a scheduled section here. So you could release these lessons on a date basis. Unfortunately, at this point in time, Squarespace doesn't have an option to drip content. Let's say someone enrolls and then every week after you want to drip them a new piece of information or a new lesson. That doesn't exist yet. So just keep that in mind. But they do say that it is something that they're going to bring in. So now I'm going to save this. Okay, so that's my first lesson added there. This is what the lesson page looks like in the beginning. It's basically the video at the top, although if you toggle video off, this won't show at the top. And then it's got the module and the lesson title as well. That's all that's in there, but one of the most exciting things about online courses is that we can edit these pages and add whatever content we want to them, just like we would do with any other Squarespace page. So we can go edit and then we can add in a new section. Let's add in, let's say I wanted to put some frequently asked questions here because there's common questions that come up. So what I could do is go to services. Here's a little accordion block, right? So I'm going to pop that in there onto the page. And then, I could change this to frequently asked questions. And then I could put my questions and answers in here for this particular lesson. I can also add in, say, just another section here, which has got maybe a blank section, and I'm going to put some text in here that just sort of explains a little bit more about what the person can expect in this course, that sort of thing, So as you can see, it's just like editing any other page in Squarespace. It's using the styling from your Squarespace site, the branding, so you've got that cohesive look across when someone visits your website through to start learning with your online content, which is really exciting. So as you can imagine, these pages can be heavily styled with beautiful layouts, as much as you like or as little as you like, which is one of, I feel, the bigger benefits compared to something like Teachable or Thinkific. You're sort of limited to what you can put on those pages. So then what you can do is obviously go ahead and add in more lessons, just like I've done here already with this lesson. You can also obviously add more chapters and more modules just by going chapter and then adding in module 2, and then growing for the seasons, and you can basically have as many modules and lessons as you want there within the course. All right, so I've gone ahead now and added in a whole heap more of the course content here. You can see over here, this is actually the courses overview page that you're seeing here on this side, course overview page. This is what your students will see. It gives them an overview of the different lessons and modules. Obviously, this will be styled based on the styling in your own Squarespace site. They can also see the progress as well of how far they've progressed through particular lessons. And then obviously, if they click through, it'll take them through to each individual lesson where they can start learning and has that information in there as well. I'm going to show you more what students see in a moment, but I just want to take you through the setting up pricing, because obviously when you're selling a course, in most cases you want to sell it for an amount. So let's talk through how you easily set those up. So I'm going to click on pricing plans and then go create pricing plan for this particular course. So you can name this. So let's say we want to do a full payment. You can have as many pricing plans against a course as you like. And then obviously here you're putting a description around what people get and also listing out the benefits here. And I'll show you where these show up when we create a sales page in a moment. So then you have lots of different pricing options here. You can do a fixed amount. So let's say we want to charge $300 for this course. We can also add sort of like a payment plan. So we could do, say, 2 payments of $175 for 2 months. You can also do subscription, or you might do free. For example, if you want to give some people access to some content for free in the beginning, and then later on they can pay for the rest of the content, you could do that through here as well. Here under included products, this is where you can bundle products. So if you have multiple online courses, I've only got one set up in here at the moment, so this is grayed out, but if I had other online courses and I wanted to offer these courses bundled together, then this is where you would do that. So that is pretty exciting as well. In a lot of other course platforms like Thinkific, for example, you actually need to purchase the expensive plan to be able to do things like course bundles and payment plans. Whereas within Squarespace Online Courses, this is available to you straight away, no matter what plan you're on. And I'll show you the pricing later on. But that's another one of the big pros, I think, from here for this platform. So I'm going to go create. And that's now created that pricing plan for me. But obviously, I could go through and create others if there were more that I wanted to add. The other question that you might have is, can I do discount codes or promo codes for online courses? And yes, you absolutely can. You just set them up exactly as you would set up any other discount codes in your shop in Squarespace. So if you've done that before, you'll know how to do that. I'm not going to do that now, but there's lots of tutorials online that can show you how to do that. It's very, very easy to do. All right, so we've basically set up our course now with all of our course content. What we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how easy it is to create a sales page for your course, okay, and put the payment plans onto the page. So if you've worked with me, and you've purchased a 1-week website, I would recommend that you use the sales page or services page template in your website to create the sales page for your online courses. This will just make sure that all of your pages in your site remain cohesive. If you haven't worked with me, reach out if you'd like to. You might also want to check out my 1-day sales page offerings on my website. These I can create a sales page for you within 1 day, and we can connect it to your online courses. So reach out if you'd like more information on that. Your other option is if you want to go it alone. If you come down here and click on the little plus sign, and you go page layouts, you will find in here a new section called digital products. And in here, it has some pretty basic, but would get you started, simple sales pages. So this might be a great place to start if you're looking for something relatively simple. So I'm going to choose this one here just for example, and then I'm going to call it, obviously, grow your own vegetables, because it is the sales page for that one. And then I can go in and edit this. I'm not going to make too many changes to it. Obviously, it's just a straightforward Squarespace page, but I just wanted to show you this little module here that's currently got a red around it. This is where you would connect this to your digital product. So if you double click on it and you click full payment is, I think, what I put there for grow your own vegetables. That was not a great name for it, but it's there. So now you can see that this has come up. And if I save this, you can see that that information there that I set up in the pricing plan when I set up the course is now coming through here. So they can do 1 payment or they can do 2 payments of $175. The benefits that we listed out are here and the description as well. So this is how they can very easily sign up and go through the payment process there to join your course. Okay, let's have a look now at what a student sees when they sign up to your course, and then also as they start working through the course content. So I'm on the sales page here. Obviously, this is what you'd send people to when you want them to buy the course. I'm going to choose to sign up with a 1 payment. So I'm just going to go sign up here. And then first of all, what they will need to do is enter in their information so that they can set up a client account. So I'm going to do that here and then create the account. I'm just going to pause this while I put my information in. So now you'll see that be taken to the checkout page, just like any other checkout page. If someone checks out through the shop, they'll need to put in their information, their payment details. And once they've done that, then they will receive an email where they'll be able to log in and start using the course. So I'm going to do this and then I'll pause this and then we can come back and look at what the student's seeing after they have purchased the course. Okay, so I've done my confirmed my order now, so that I can click here on view product, or the student will also receive an email which will allow them to log in. So I can do this here, view product, and this has automatically logged me in, so I can see the information. And now as a student, I'm able to basically move through and start learning and completing the modules. So I can click through here to the first lesson. I can watch the video, obviously, and then once I'm finished, I just click complete and continue to move on to the next lesson. And I can continue to move through those lessons as you see here, just like that. You'll also see up here in the top, the student can see a progress bar, and they can also see these little ticks here which show which lessons they have watched and completed. And the same also appears here on the course overview page, which we were looking at before. They can also see which courses they've completed and also a nice progress bar here as well. When a student first logs in or they log in with their new account that they've set up, they'll also be able to access this area here, which shows them any orders that they have purchased, any orders that they have processed. They'll be able to update their address and profile information. They can also see any digital products that they've purchased and click through. So if they've purchased multiple courses from you or multiple digital products from you, they will see all of these here and can easily access them from this digital products screen. Okay, that's a very, very quick walkthrough. I just wanted to talk you through quickly now the cost that's associated with this for hosting online courses on your website. I just want to mention some benefits and also a few cons or things to keep in mind. So you can go to this page here on the squarespace.com website. It gives you all of the pricing. If you scroll down, you can see these here. You can stay on the business plan for Squarespace. You don't need to upgrade to commerce or anything like that. How this works, the pricing works for online courses is that you purchase them as a digital add-on to your already existing Squarespace hosting. And it's basically based on the number of hours of video storage that you've uploaded. So most often, I would say that this is probably the one that most of my clients would be using. But if you do, you would need to think about how long your videos are. If you do feel like you're going to go above the 50 hours of video, then you'd be looking at moving up to this higher bracket range where you've got unlimited hours and 0% transaction fees. However, all of the functionality that I've showed you here today is available on any of these plans. So you're not limited to functionality. Depending on what plan you're on, you're only limited to the number of hours of video storage. And I think this is where Squarespace Online Courses stands out. With many of the other teaching platforms, you are limited in the functionality and you need to pay higher prices to have things like pricing plans, subscriptions, bundles, these kinds of things, whereas these are available to you on any one of these plans in Squarespace, which is a really big benefit, I think. As you can see as well, another big benefit is that these online course pages have used the existing styling from my website. And I think this is a big plus compared to other platforms. If you've used other teaching platforms, you'll know that they're hard to style to look like your website. And what this means is that creates visually incongruent experience for your visitors and your students when they move from your website to your course platform. When you use online courses, everything is cohesive. It's brought that branding across. You don't have to do any special styling, and it creates a visually cohesive experience for your visitors from the moment they visit your website through to purchasing and then also doing the learning. This is a big deal, creates trust and recognition with your audience. It's also just a more pleasurable experience for people who are using your platform. It's better for their nervous systems as well to have that visual cohesiveness. As you saw as well, another big pro is that the pages are really easy to edit, add new content. They're just like any other Squarespace page. And then of course, because of that, there's lots more flexibility in the layouts and the type of content and information, the way that you display it on those lesson pages. You've got lots of flexibility there. And also, as I said, there's lots of options for setting up easy payment plans, discount codes, these kinds of things. The cons I see at the moment, as I mentioned at the start, there's no option for dripping content out at this point in time. So if that's something that you must have, I wouldn't recommend switching to online courses at this point, but Squarespace does say that they are bringing this in. So keep an eye on that. There are no quizzes available. If you're using quiz functionality in something like Teachable or Thinkific, that's not available here in online courses. But again, something that Squarespace have said they're bringing out. There are no communities. I know a lot of you are using communities in Thinkific or Teachable. There are none in here. Squarespace has no plan in the near future to bring those in. At the moment, they're suggesting that you use an integration with something like Slack or something like that. So if communities are essential to you, if you're already using a platform that has communities, you may want to stick with that. If you haven't yet, it'll be worth weighing up the pros and cons here around what you need. And then also, as I said as well, this online courses is only available in Squarespace 7.1. So if you're on Squarespace 7, the older version, you would need to upgrade first before you can start using this platform. Otherwise, that's it. That is a walkthrough of Squarespace online courses. I hope it helps you to start to visualize how you could use this. I'm really excited about it. If you would like more information or to chat about some assistance with setting this up, you can reach out to me through my website at alanajadestudio.com.